Okay, so this is Fuxi and Nüwa, if I pronounce it right. They were the original humans who lived on the mythological Kunlun mountain. One day, they set up piles of fire, and the fire eventually became one. So this kind of like divine union. Under the fire, they decided to become husband and wife. Fuxi and Nüwa used clay to create offspring. With the divine power, they made the clay figures come alive, humans. So, really interesting is the half-snake body. This is such a recurring ancient motif. It just goes on and on. Really interesting. But yeah, so she represents the moon, he represents the sun. It might be the other way around. You've got the sun here and the moon there. That's confirmed when I researched an explanation of the sun and the moon. So, yeah.
Can you go back to that
slide?
I think, well, from my perspective, I see the Kundalini there. I see the caduceus, I see the rising,
Yep.
male, female energies, and to me, alchemy is our enlightenment through the rising of the spiritual Kundalini energies.
Yeah.
And this is perfect representation of that. Because we talked about that in our session, but how with the caduceus, the now it's coming out of this Chinese. Yeah.
100%. 100%. I wish I cut that out because I just didn't have time to go into it. But very quickly, if I could span through these and we look at here, you see, again, the caduceus there.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's incredible. It goes even deeper. There's more. So what was most profound, Fuxi looked up and contemplated the images in the heavens, looked downwards and contemplated the occurrence of science. Again, above and below. He united man and wife, regulated 5 stages of change in someone. I'm going to get past it. So, what was so interesting, this was one of the most profound realizations, was that I saw this, and I thought it looked like a square. And then I saw these, and I thought they look like scissors, right? And then I researched it. They are, in fact, a compass. And that is the Freemason symbol.
Yeah.
In ancient Chinese myth. I've never heard of this, right? It's the male blade and the female chalice of water. Alchemical marriage. Again, they're intertwined with each other. The alchemical marriage between male and female. In order to repair the sky and suffering on earth, she made 4 pillars to hold up the heavens, using the legs of a sky tortoise and 5 multicolored elemental stones to repair the sky. Again, Seal of Solomon as well, which is it's a separate kind of myth. So it's really interesting to see these overlap. In Indian myth, the Mani jewel. So the Mani jewel is a broad explanation. There's many jewels believed to be the Mani jewel. The Chintamani is the most kind of clear one. So the Mani jewel manifests whatever one wishes. According to one's desires, treasures, clothing, food can be manifested. It also heals you. So this seems like a kind of proto-philosopher's stone. The Chintamani is called the wish-fulfilling gem, the As One Wishes jewel, and it's possessed by Lakshmi. So very interesting. In Chinese, it's called the As One Wishes jewel. So you have this idea of a jewel that grants wishes. Okay, so the Mani jewel, esotericist René Guénon, considered the Chintamani to be the equivalent of the philosopher's stone. Goddess Lakshmi is said to be in possession of it. She's not there, but in other depiction she is. I'm using this depiction for a reason, it's very interesting. In Tibetan Buddhism, the jewel is inscribed with Om Mani Padme Hum. And this is where, that's the shortened version of it. Praise to the jewel in the lotus. Lakshmi is the first goddess depicted to sit in the throne of the lotus. So this kind of symbol of the lotus being a seat, I found out that Lakshmi is the first to have been depicted that way. So, kind of an interesting connection there. It could be a coincidence, right?
Sorry,
yep.
So Kuan Yin is actually the lotus in the Buddhism. She is the same as Lakshmi. Lakshmi
Oh, yeah.
Indian Hindu.
I see.
Yeah. The lotus is actually omnipotent, is Kuan Yin's is her mantra.
Yeah, exactly. So, incredible connection there. So, in Tibetan Buddhism, it's very famous. It's a very revered phrase. It's associated with the Lord of the World. I'm not going to attempt it, I'm sorry. But out of respect, right? Buddhists call him the Lord of the World. In some texts, he is considered to be the source of all Hindu deities, such as Vishnu, Shiva, Saraswati, Brahma, and so on. I'll probably need to research that claim a little bit more. It is very interesting though, because I've not heard of this figure until this research. This phrase is referred to the innermost heart of the Lord of the World.
It is called Avalokiteshvara.
That was excellent. I could not have done that if I tried. I'll be up here all night trying to say that, to be honest with you. Okay, so the innermost heart, it just made me think of the heart chakra. Anahata. It's the fourth primary chakra and it sits in the lotus. It's represented by the lotus flower with 12 petals. It creates a shaktona, and that's this symbol. Right. So, what is interesting is two interlocking triangles. Their union gives birth to Kumara. That's the Kumara I talked about before, whose sacred number is 6. And it is a divine union between masculine and feminine. That's what I was looking for. Divine union between masculine and feminine. Exactly the same as what we saw in the Chinese myth. And this is Lakshmi, and one thing I found very interesting was that her hand's slightly a little bit above and below-esque. Now, of course, this might not struck to the heart of the religion, it might be the artist's little interpretation. What's more interesting is it seems like there's your eyes point to these lines of this shaktona that she's creating. And you can kind of see it there. And that would be the shaktona sitting in the lotus, the heart chakra, which, by the way, is the only chakra with that symbol. Not all of them have it. Another little analysis of, so the alchemists are just known for hiding secrets in their paintings and drawings. It's really interesting. And this slide, I had to put this in. I spent a whole day on this and I don't even get to, go through all of it, but I'm going to speed run through it. So if you look at it, I noticed that just a lot of lines, your eye just kind of comes to a lot of lines. And he's pointing and I found something was about this image. Other things are intentional, because I'm an artist myself. I've been an artist for over 10 years, and there's too much symmetry in it for my liking. And as you can see, you have the reason I'm using this is the original. You have air and earth there, and then water and fire, 4 elements. If you go through these lines, it creates this symbol for earth. Using this crossbar here, and then the air also touching the cloud, the symbol for air, overlapping, creating the shaktona again. Now, this seems like a massive leap that I'm making, but it's not. I have about a good 15 to 20 more slides explaining why this is true. There's about 15 or so slides in between this one and this one. So, really interesting.